A brand new year and a brand new decade is here. Today, I am super excited to share my top 10 tips for Instagram success. I really believe Instagram shouldn't be hard or overwhelming. These tips are simple and easy to implement into your everyday marketing strategy. My goal is to help you grow your community and business on Instagram in just minutes a day. But before we dive into these tips, I'd like to read the review of the week left on iTunes. This 5-star review is titled, "So Much Takeaway Packed into Bite-Sized Bits." I'm so glad I discovered this podcast. There is so much valuable information to be had, and the episodes are snack-sized, so I can fit them into small moments in my day when I have time to be attentive and absorb. I feel like the amount of takeaway per episode is the same as some of the hour-long shows I've listened to in the past. Keep up the awesome work. I'm all ears. I love this review and sums up my ultimate goal of the podcast. If you love the podcast, please give it 5 stars and leave a comment. Let me know what you love and more of what you want. Now let's dive into episode 28. Hey there, Mom Boss. Welcome to the Social Media for Mompreneurs podcast. I'm Allison Scholes, brand strategist and lifestyle stock photographer. And yes, I'm that boss lady in sweatpants. If you're ready to fine-tune your personal brand, grow your business on social media, learn some really cool marketing hacks, all while balancing family life, then girl, you're in the right spot. And please don't be shy. You can connect with me over at bossladyinsweatpants.com. If you're ready for today's show, go ahead and hand out the kids' tablets, open those juice boxes, grab your coffee, and hide in your closet. It's time to dive in. All right, ladies, I think it's safe to say most entrepreneurs want to grow their business and brand on Instagram. But there's so much stuff, or should I say fluff out there, on what to do on the platform, how to do it, and so on. Most of the information out there is good and relevant, but it's also overwhelming. And a lot of mamas feel they need to do it all to be successful on Instagram. Honey, you don't have to do it all. I'm going to lay out my top 10 tips for Instagram that has helped me be successful on the platform. Number 1, in my opinion, you need some way to plan and schedule your content. I use Planoly. Doing Instagram on the fly all the time will not help you stay consistent or relevant. It's really important to get clear on your intentions for Instagram and create a plan and schedule. It's such a time saver. If you need more help with this, make sure you go back to episode 18. It's all about how to plan and curate your Instagram content all in one day, and I talk more about Planoly in that episode. Okay, number 2. To successfully grow your brand and stand out on Instagram, you need branded graphics. Use Canva. It's a free graphic design tool. Having branded graphics helps your personal brand to become recognizable. Animated graphics is also on trend this year, which Canva offers. Tip number 3, Instagram story apps. Download a few of your favorites. Give your stories a creative edge. I like Unfold, Mojo, Story Chic, and Canva. And don't worry, ladies, about trying to jot all of these down, especially if you're driving. I will make sure that all of my tips are in the show notes. Okay, number 4, the use of stock photos. It's important to mix them into your feed. Obviously, I'm going to shamelessly plug Boss Lady Insider. This is my VIP membership. Each month, I provide my members with 20 lifestyle images, quote graphics, caption templates for Instagram or Facebook, and Instagram story images plus prompts. You can join today by visiting bossladyinsweatpants.com. But I get it. If you're not ready to invest in beautiful stock photos, there are some great free options out there, but do your homework and double check that they are actually free. One of my favorites is unsplash.com. Tip number 5, incorporate video in your posting strategy. Either 60-second clips in your post feed, upload a video to your IGTV, or add videos to your Instagram stories. One of my favorite apps to create fun and eye-catching videos is Quik, Q-U-I-K, or download Video Shop. Now let's talk about tip number 6, and this is all about your captions. When writing your captions or any content for Instagram, stick to your niche, creating Instagram content categories, both personal and business. Make them either relatable, educational, or entertaining. Tip number 7, hashtags. Oh boy, this topic can be its own episode. And if that's something you want, make sure to let me know. For today, here's my quick hashtag tips. First and foremost, use them. Never post without hashtags in your caption or in the comments. Think of hashtags as a mini search engine within Instagram. Hashtags allow your post to be discovered by other users. Now I know what you're thinking. What hashtags do I use? I'll tell you right now, there's no perfect master list of hashtags to use. Instagram is always changing, and so are hashtags and user habits. First, you'll need to do your research and figure out where your target audience is hanging out. What hashtags are they using, and what hashtags are they searching? Get in their heads. What would they search for? What are their pain points, interests, etc.? Secondly, size matters. I always say to mix your hashtag sizes, anywhere between 50,000 to 300,000. And finally, try to use 30 hashtags. The more you use, the higher your chances of being discovered. You always want to mix your hashtags based on your content. Never use the same hashtags day after day. That might flag your account as spammy behavior. Tip number 8, Instagram story highlights. Create them. For me, this is my number one way I'm growing my email list. You can add stories to appear on your profile as highlights, even after they disappear. Highlights appear below your profile bio. So real quick, to add a story to your highlight, you're going to go to your profile and tap story highlights below your username and bio. And then you're going to tap the plus sign, tap to select the story or stories you want to add to highlights. Then you're going to tap next. Here, you're going to edit your cover, choose a cover photo, and then you're going to tap done. At this point, enter a story name for your highlight, then tap either add if you're on an iPhone or done if you're on an Android. You can add more photos or videos to your highlight at any time by tapping and holding on the highlight and then tapping edit highlight. Why is this important? Stories you add as highlights remain visible as highlights until you remove them, even after the original story has disappeared. Think of them as a mini website on Instagram. I recommend having an About Me highlight, testimonials, your products or services, and freebies. If you're wondering how I'm growing my email list, check out my highlights on Instagram at Allison Scholes. Tip number 9, headliner. If video absolutely terrifies you, use Headliner. It's a desktop-only tool as of now. This creates audio recordings for a graphic or photo. I love using this tool. You can create audio files for your feed post or Instagram stories. I always create audio clips for the podcast and share them in my Instagram stories to attract and create interest in all my episodes. Hearing your voice adds to brand recognition too. If you take one thing away from this episode, I hope it's tip number 10. Have an online support system or community within Instagram. Well over a year ago, I had an entrepreneur reach out to me and ask if I wanted to be in a private engagement group with other similar female entrepreneurs with the goal to connect and engage, comment on each other's posts, and more. At first, I was hesitant. I thought it was just one of those groups who just drop emojis and run. But I gave it a try, and let me tell you, ladies, this small group of women, there's only 9 of us, they are my biggest cheerleaders and my go-to gals for all things business and social media. Many of us have collaborated on projects. I've had some of these women as guests on my podcast. We've even Zoom called each other to chat and learn more from each other. I can honestly say my Instagram account has grown because of this group. We truly care about each other and support each other's businesses. Having an online community of like-minded people helps keep you accountable, consistent, and more importantly, motivated to move in the right direction. Find people similar to you and in your niche industry and create a group. Honestly, this will be a game changer. Okay, that is it. My 10 tips. Real quick, here they are again. Number 1, plan and schedule your content. Use something like Planoly. Number 2, create branded graphics. Number 3, download a few of your favorite Instagram story apps. This gives your stories a creative edge. Number 4, use stock photos. Mix those into your feed. Number 5, incorporate video whenever you can. Number 6, zone in on your captions. Make sure that they're either relatable, educational, or entertaining. Number 7, never leave out hashtags. Number 8, create your Instagram story highlights. Remember, it's like a mini website on your Instagram account. Tip number 9, try out Headliner. And finally, tip number 10, have an online support system right within the app. With these tips, I hope you'll have much Instagram success this year. Until next time, my friends. Thank you for tuning in today. If you loved today's episode and walked away with value, then please head over to iTunes, social media for mompreneurs, and leave a review and subscribe to the channel. This would make my day. And don't forget to connect with me on Instagram at Allison Scholes, or grab some freebies over at bossladyandsweatpants.com. Take care. I'll see you next time.